Hi everyone, I'm Tina, the creative guru with Gems, Paper, Scissors. Thank you for joining me today. I am playing with the Boho Vibes Suite today. And so without further ado, I have already started in on basic cuts. I have my card base in basic white. I have the foundation DSP being one of the Boho Vibes sheets being cut down to just under 4¼ by 5½, and placed on with my Stampin' Seal Plus, which is my personal go-to. I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to be placing all of this. So let's get inking. I've got my wonderful tray for heat embossing, so I'm going to grab my Versamark ink and a handy dandy acrylic block and get this stamped up. I'm going to stamp and emboss the Sending Good Vibes stamp. So you can peel that up, and all of our stamps, whether they're the photopolymer or the cling stamps, work well on this. Go ahead and ink up that Good Vibes. Get that inked on, just like so. I'll drop that into my tray so that I can get this embossed. And then put that away because I try very hard to keep my workspace mostly manageable. I'll bring that in, sprinkle some of our metallic gold powder on top. And I overdo it because I have this great tray, right? And I'm going to lift that off with my tweezers and tap it off. That looks pretty good. And normally I would have used my anti-static powder, but I forgot. Tap that back into my bottle like so that I can reuse it many, many times. Bumped my camera there. Sorry about that, folks. So get that set aside. Cap that off before I knock it over. Grab my heat gun and hang on to my paper. I'm going to move this away from the microphone for a second, but you can always see when you're heat embossing, when the fibers melt, they shift tone and quality. So that's all I'm waiting for. Starting to happen real nice now. I'll try and keep my heat tool moving so that it does not scorch my paper, because that would make me super, super sad. So I'm going to brush off some of that extra powder, which still added a little bit of flex onto my paper, but I'm okay with that. Now I am going to take my beautiful Daffodil Delight cardstock. I have this cut down to 2 by 3½ inches, and I am going to grab the little sunburst there and get this a little inky. I am going to use the Cajun Craze for this. And we just open that up, slide that into space, and it works like a charm. So let's get this all lined up. There's one. I'm going to fill this in. And hopefully I get it lined up well. I think I am, but you never know. It looks pretty good, I think. And I'm going to grab my handy dandy stamp chamois and tidy that up. Like so. And I'm going to grab the body of the sun. I kind of have it a little lopsided. That's what I realized. And I'm going to do a rock and roll effect. So that means I'm going to do a lighter color and then I'm going to roll it. Just like so. It's kind of a rock. You rock it and roll it so that I can get a better inking effect. And voila. That's kind of fun, I think. And then close my ink. I'm going to keep this one open. Grab my scissors, my snips, and I am just going to do a really gentle trim up around this because I'm not being terribly fussy with it. Some things I am much more particular over, and I'm kind of having this fun flowy vibe going. So let's crank that out, round that off, kind of like that. Move my scrap paper away. And then we're going to finish putting this together. Not sure how it's going to go yet, but we're game. Grab that base back. I think I want, I don't know, let's play around with this a little bit. I kind of want a little overlappy here. So I go like, let's see here. And I just kind of play around with it until I'm happy. Could off center it like that a little. Let's see. And I intend to put that down here somewhere. It's just a little scrap. It's about 1/2 inch by 3 inches, and it's literally the back side of this DSP is that paper. So it's literally a scrap hanging out in my desk space. Nothing terribly fancy schmancy. So I think I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. Might even overhang it. Just nah. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to use that Stampin' Seal Plus some more. And normally by now I would have used a dimensional, but I am saving that for my good vibes. So let's grab our good vibes. And it just lifts up off of the carrier sheet. I happen to have the minis on my desk right this second, and that's fine. Got a little bit of edging that I haven't used up yet, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that because these teeny little ones, just like so, it lifts it up. It works just great. Kind of made a face there. Pick that up. Get that overhanging just a little bit. And reposition it until you're happy. That looks good. And finally, I was going to do something with that and I forgot. I was going to edge the good vibes to get that little distressed kind of a look. I still could, but I'd be risking the rest of this piece. So the muted palette dots came with the Boho Vibes suite. And I really like them. They're very, very, very pretty. So, so pretty. And I'm going to, yeah, okay. So I'm going to add just a little bit of lightness to this little banner. My rooster is crazy loud tonight. I apologize to you. So I'm going to lift this one up. And the reason why I chose this one, I don't know if you can see it, but this one actually is a little funky. It isn't completely rounded. It got dotted, and I love it. I love that little offshoot look. And then I'm going to use some of this Daffodil Delight and keep the color scheme going pretty light. And lift that off, place it where I want. And I like threes. I'm going to lift off a third one and place it about the same distance, same spot on the other side. Just like so. Here we go. Sending good vibes is a happy, good mental health card to make. It's vibrant. We've used the rock and roll technique. We've heat embossed. And I am very actually pleased and happy with the Symbol Fast card. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back some other time. Have a great evening.